As Wilhelm von Humboldt once said, language is the infinite use of finite means. Good day and best wishes to you all. Dear respected audience, before I start with today's speech, let us first pray to the Almighty Lord. For because of His protection and compassion, we can all still go on with our daily activities in health and prosperity, even in these harsh times. Today, I will be speaking about writing systems. More specifically, the definition and history of the modern-day writing system. Now, to start, the definition of a writing system is a method of visually representing verbal communication based on a script and a set of rules regulating its use. Both writing and speaking are useful in conveying messages, but where they differ is that writing is also a reliable form of the storage and transportation of knowledge and information. It can also convey artistic talents such as the famous works of William Shakespeare, or record historical events that can last for several hundreds or even thousand years. An example of which being ancient Egyptian scriptures or the Islamic Quran. Now, for a lot of languages, the most basic form of a writing system is in the form of letters. These letters form a list that's usually called the alphabet. A string of letters given meaning and spoken in a specific way would be called a word, with the specific way the word spoken being its spelling. A string of words written in a specific order dictated by a set of rules to convey meaning would be a sentence, with a set of rules dictating how several words should be strung together being its grammar. And a string of several sentences strung together to convey a main idea is called a paragraph. These are the basics of most writing systems. Now, as I have stated previously, there are some languages that don't have an alphabet system, or at least not one its basic meaning. An example of this would be Japanese or Mandarin. The alphabet we are used to today is called the modern Latin alphabet. The alphabet is used in languages such as German, French, Polish, and of course English and Indonesian. There are also other alphabets, such as ones used in Russian or Thai. But for today, I will be focusing on Latin alphabet that we all have come to know and perhaps even taken for granted somewhat. Now, the Latin alphabet started with the Proto-Sinaitic script from around 1750 BCE, which had 22 letters, which more resembled doodles than actual letters. And if we were to continue down the path of those doodles, we would have ended up with a written language similar to Mandarin. But instead, we went the route of an alphabet, a major change coming roughly 750 years later with the Phoenician script from around 1000 BCE, which simplifies how the letters are written while still keeping the way they are spoken. The next major change would come with the archaic Greek script from around 750 BC, which would define how letters are spoken for hundreds of years forward and introduce several letters that are used in science and math. Letters like alpha, beta, delta, theta, sigma, and omega, along with adding 6 more letters to the alphabet. The next change would be in the form of the Old Italic script from roughly around 400 BCE. Where how the letters were written started to come close to how they are written in our modern-day alphabet. Letters like A, B, C, D, E, F, I, K, L, O, S, T, V, and X. Though some of them are flipped in this writing, and it also removed 4 of the 6 letters introduced in the previous script. The next evolution would come in the form of the Roman square and Roman cursive from around the year 1, the first year of the first decade. These scripts most likely introduced the uppercase and lowercase systems we have today. The Roman square script also introduced the letters X, Y, and Z together, though their use will be a bit on and off. And Roman cursive also doesn't have a way to write those 3 letters. Now, the Roman square script's letters also very closely resemble those of the modern-day Latin script, with but a few letters missing that will be added in the next few centuries. The script only having 23 letters. The next few evolutions are a bit more minor, with the new cursive script of 300 improving the Roman cursive script, but still not having ways to write X, Y, and Z. After that comes the insular script of 600, which not only had X, Y, and Z, but also had 2 new letters, Win and Torn. Though those 2 new letters, along with Z, got removed in the next iteration of the alphabet, that being the Carolingian script of 1000. The next evolution added Z back, that being the black letter script of 1250. And finally, we come to today's modern Latin uppercase and lowercase letters. would split I into I and J and U into U, V, and W, creating the 26 letters of the alphabet we are familiar with today. Now, of course, these are for the most part only changes to how the letters look and how many letters are in the alphabet as it evolves over time. There are still discussions to be had about how the letters are spelled. Things like how Y is to convey the T sound, like in the old. But time is of the essence, and that shall be a discussion for another time. Thank you for listening to my speech. My sincerest apologies for any mistakes and imperfections. Humans are not perfect after all. Hopefully this has been a great teaching experience. Good day and goodbye.